This isn't Texas, nor is it Saudi Arabia. These nodding donkeys operate in the largest onshore oil field in the Western Weald Basin, in Stockbridge, Hampshire. Larkwhistle Farm is home to the main well. They've been drilling for black gold here for 35 years and still extract thousands of barrels a day. And throughout that time, as part of the process, the wells have released an invisible gas into the atmosphere, which is driving climate change. Methane.
Methane is a greenhouse gas. It is around 82 times more powerful than carbon dioxide, CO2. It is responsible for about a third of current warming. Methane emissions come from three main sectors: agriculture sector, waste sector, and energy sector. And this is what we're looking at right now. It comes from extracting oil, extracting gas, extracting coal, and from leaks throughout the supply chain.
Methane belches out of this small chimney known as the vent stack, but you can't see it. Until now. EIA is here with Teofil Umar-Guillemino, who works for the Clean Air Task Force, or CATF. It first took an interest in emissions from Larkwhistle Farm 3 years ago, and has returned today to monitor methane released into the atmosphere from this one stack using a rather special camera.
At CATF, we use an optical gas imaging camera, or OGI camera, that is called FLIR GF320. This camera, that is quite an expensive piece of equipment, around $100,000, is the gold standard in the industry for the past 20-25 years. These cameras can visualize the invisible methane gas by using infrared imaging.
Clean Air Task Force is a global climate and energy organisation that has been working for the last 20 years to raise awareness of methane emissions. The UK doesn't currently have policy in place that forces operators to tackle methane emissions at its energy sites. So we need the UK government to step up and introduce policy that's going to tackle emissions, and this can be done relatively quickly and cost effectively at both onshore and offshore sites.
So Clean Air Task Force has done amazing work all around the world and in Europe to expose methane emission in different places. Here at EIA, we are starting to work on the UK and trying to encourage the UK government in introducing a new regulation to mitigate methane emission from the energy sector.
It's a bit crazy because this vent stack has been continuously and significantly releasing gas like that from 2021, or probably from way before. We checked it 4 times, 2021, 2022, and 2024. Oh, today is particularly big, actually. The plume is actually enormous.
The images are mainly used in order to expose these emissions to the general public through media as well as social media and everywhere we can. We believe in complete transparency over the emissions through documents, so the moment we find them, we decide to put them completely available for anyone to use. We also use them in our discussions with policymakers and anyone at high level in order to push them to advocate for methane mitigation and methane reduction in the oil and gas industry. And finally, we also use it in order to discuss sometimes with the operator if we find emissions that are worrying us, undetected emissions or some leaks that might be dangerous for the safety and security of workers on site, as well as for the local communities.
Using the images that Clean Air Task Force has provided us today will help us try to convince the UK government in doing something and acting quickly to stop emitting so much methane emission. It's also a great tool to kind of explain to people what's going on in the area. Because as you can see, like right now you don't see the methane that is being emitted from this vent stack. But there's so much methane that is emitted, and we are going to make people realize what they live next to. EIA wants the UK government to stop turning a blind eye to those methane emissions. It is time that the UK government acts and put in place a regulation to ban venting and flaring, to put in place leak detection and repair programs, to address methane emission from wells and abandoned wells as well, the UK won't achieve any of its climate target, if it doesn't address methane. It has to be a key priority for the UK government if they want to be truthful to their commitment.
A thought to leave you with. We need to cut methane emissions by 34% by 2030 to keep warming beneath the 1.5 degree C target that we need to reach to avoid irreparable damage to our planet.